excuse the gloom, but none may know of this meeting. The nature of my trouble is darker still. Over a year ago, King Lysandus of Daggerfall died honorably on the field of battle. He was as loyal a subject, ally, and friend as you are. I did grieve for him, but his spirit does not rest. With a spectral army, he haunts his former kingdom, crying for revenge. I do not know why a good and loyal man would be so cursed. Perhaps you can find the answer and close the marble jaws of oblivion, bringing peace to his soul. I ask this as your emperor and your friend. I have one lesser request. Several years ago, I wrote a letter to the Queen of Daggerfall. It never arrived. The letter was of a sentimental and personal nature. If you find and destroy that letter, I will be grateful. Now, my champion, rest well this night, for tomorrow you sail for the kingdom of Daggerfall.
hello. Caught the lull in the music, I think. Maybe, a little bit. Here it comes back. Again. Oh fuck. Outrun it. One moment. I'll find the YouTube thing. Where does it be? There it is. Bam. Sudden cut. We're not gonna bother with any subtle fade out effects tonight, computer, because it's a big day. Let's do the other thing. Where are we? There we are. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back again to the LLLL Colonq stream. It is it's been a long week out there on the grind. We're back here again in paradise. However, the paradise inside the pleasant little screen, and it's time to get up to some shenanigans, I think. So we have a whole lot to share today. One second, we gotta get a sippy. Sippy. We're rocking that lemon LaCroix tonight. That's the we're living dangerously. So yeah, what have we been up to? What's happened? What's been going on? What's the news on the street? I think the answer to all those questions is we reached Twitch affiliate, which is kind of whatever on its own. Although kind of more of a congratulation in order to you guys rather than me for anything. But so thanks for following, thanks for watching. But it enables us to have some really exciting features that we've built. So let's I don't know how we're gonna do this. We can talk through, I guess, how what we've made so far, as always, and where we've ended up, and where we're going. So I guess the story thus far is last two times actually. I think last Thursday and Friday, maybe Wednesday and Friday. I don't know. Who knows? I certainly don't know. We built some chat integration, right? So we can now do things. Let me move the cursor into the correct spot so we can do that. If I type hello world in chat, it helpfully appears on my screen in the funny little chat box. Let's make that a little bigger too. There we go. Excuse me. That was, as always, TTS. So yeah, so we can send and receive chat commands. We can send these things too, right? Like if I say fig Twitch, say no you, right? It won't appear on my screen. Let's actually fix that. That was a gripe because so Twitch is actually built on top of IRC, right? Like they use the IRC protocol at least. I doubt it's internally IRC. And you're not going to receive messages back that you send out. So let's see. Where is Twitch say? So we're going to pub that, and we're also going to fig write chat message. Well, we want it to be our own color. Maybe we just say we don't bother. Well, we can grab the color here. Well, we can say describe tax properties. Is that a thing? Yeah, 616161. That's us. So if we write a chat message as LLLL, text is whatever the message is, color is 616161, then we get the right thing, I think. Right, so now if we say no you too, yeah, now it appears helpfully in both places. Will this scroll? If we send a couple more, yeah, we're good. We're good. We have what we want. We have the desired behavior. So what else do we have? What other treats and treasures has the website deigned to bestow upon us? Well, we have some really exciting stuff, because I think so we built this chat stuff, right? Let's keep going through in a linear chronological order so that we might retain some semblance of coherency in our explanation. Welcome back, 0xrar. Hello. Great to see ya. I'm sorry if you had to suffer through pre-roll advertisements. They are shitty. And thank you for the sub, Draco Wolvester. Thank you for the prime. Very much appreciated. Welcome. Good to see you. I'm doing well. As you might have seen, we have this affiliate thing. So I think you should have a couple of channel points, 0xrar. So if I can direct your attention to the channel point redeems. Thank you. There's some redeems. Hey, thanks, Hakurai. Welcome. It's that time. We got there, but I spent all day working on interesting redeem functionality that we're going to explain and expand upon this stream. So we get to do lots of fun stuff. But if you look at the channel point redeems, right? Some of the stuff we built last stream, like the spinning, I made them all pretty cheap, so we should be able to use them. I can make them cheaper still if we want to play with them more. But if I direct your attention to the change the letters channel point redeem, I'll do it myself just to have some fun. I can go to change the letters. Remember, if you recall, before I was changing my background text, right? For I don't know what happened. Well, no one had any points before today, right? Because I wasn't an affiliate, and you don't get channel points until you're affiliate. This is my first stream where there are channel points. So I think people should have I think you start with 300 for a follow. Maybe I'll change all the redeems to be 1 or 5 or something. We can do that. But so I'm gonna use the change the letters redeem, right? Before we had to actually I'm on the wrong keyboard. Before we had to actually recompile the too many people. That's the big problem. I always have 6 Twitch streams open, and it's a pain in the neck, right? It's get them all mixed up. I do not begrudge that. But yeah, we no longer have to recompile the program. And thank you so much for the gift sub, Draco Wolvester. Welcome. I'm sure our friend Buff Seagull will appreciate. That's wonderful. Thank you. But I'm gonna let's change this to Draco Wolvester, right? So I'm gonna redeem the change the letters thing. I put in the text of my choosing, and then instantly it changes. Pog. Welcome, Buff Seagull. Very good to see ya. It's great to have all the regulars around having fun. We're having a grand old time here. But you can see my my model instantly changed in response to the channel point redeem. Yeah, we have all kinds of fun feedback now. It's exciting. I got around to turns out there's a pretty nice, let's bring up some Rust source. If we go over to, got your hands on a leaked DB, I'll tell you if I find something about you. Okay, for sure. Don't pwn me, man. I do not want to be pwned, but let me know. Yeah, it's exciting. Well, and feel free to try it yourself. It's let's make it really cheap to change the letters. Let's how do I do this? Let's make all of these I already made them I mean we'll increase the price as we go forward because everyone gets channel points really fast. But all right, how do I do this? Manage rewards and challenges. Change the letters is going to cost how many channel points? On the wrong keyboard again. It's going to cost 30. There we go. And Spinny will cost 10. And Seasickness Generator will cost 20. Cool. So yeah, I think we should have yeah, and welcome Zenya Hima. Her name has not appeared on the screen, but we have this little lurker check-in feature, so I can embarrass you by saying your name without requiring you to too cheap. Oh, we're getting everybody here. Welcome Chaotic. Welcome Alto VT. And thank you for the Bible thump. Is that ooh, 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 ooh. Thanks for the congrats, man. It's been a cool time. We're showing off our new channel point redeems, right? We built some stuff, right? You'll if you want to do the this change the text, the change the text. Well, I guess they're all kind of. I mean, some of them are obvious. Is 7TV enabled here? It should be. I added a bunch of emotes, right? Like it shouldn't pop up. It won't pop up in my chat, like over here, right? But it will pop up in like the chat, I think, right? Like if I do like that, does that work for people? I don't think 7TV shows in the. I'm in like the streamer overlay or the streamer mode manager chat, and it doesn't show the. We should have the staples at least. Yeah, there we go. We got the seasickness generator on. Yeah, back off. Yeah, off as quick as it goes on. But yeah, on the Rust side, right? The thing that made this possible, we were talking about doing this text changing thing. Welcome, Barrel Channel. Good to see ya. Thanks for lurking about. Thing that enabled this is we were bitching last stream about like, well, we were just like searching for text literally in order to do these toggles. We weren't actually like parsing the message, so it's kind of a pain in the neck to actually distinguish. So I turns out there's a pretty nice hey, thanks for the follow, Real Patty Whack. There's a pretty nice Rust library called what is it? LEXPR Rust. We're on DuckDuckGo now because we're afraid of being Google Doxed. Google Docs is coming for us with our docs. Just a little expression parser. We could have written this pretty easily, but like it's nice to just be able to cargo do whatever. Yeah, thanks for coming by. Check out. We're kind of experimenting with expanding the setup right now, right? We've been building all sorts of stuff, and there's some. This is my first stream as affiliate, so there's some fun bits for you to play with in the channel point redeems if you want to check it out. But thanks for coming by. So we just grabbed this library, parsed the thing, added a new endpoint for avatar text to change the text. But yeah, now it's gonna be much easier for us to talk to the rendering software from our like central event bus. So that's going to make a whole lot of things easier. If we want to do I know everyone likes like the funny, like, haha, you redeem the thing and the flying object comes in and bonks the streamer on the head. Actually, thanks for reminding me to take a sip as well. The can was already in my hand. Cool. I'm just gonna keep taking sips, man. I'm not complaining. There's no cooldown on that for a reason, right? You'll run out of channel points before I run out of LaCroix. I'll play that game of chicken, my friend. You're gonna get mouth noise ASMR all the way to the bank. What are we up to now? We're up to 7. I'm taking them. 8. Yeah, we're slurping it down. You might want to save those points because those are gonna be a hot commodity sometime soon. Yeah, terminal window be the thing that bonks your head. Oh, yeah. It's actually hard to, I mean, this is an actual terminal here, right? Like if I scooch this around, right? Like it's real text just scrolling by really fast. So we'll have to figure out some way to draw something reasonably to this. Maybe just like little fruits or something. I don't know. We can do whatever. What does equity entail? Yeah, so I see you've noticed the our 1 million channel point equity lord #finance redeem. Well, that is so you can imagine that there are various ranks within the L:Q community hierarchy. This is a strictly hierarchical community, right? I'm not even at the top. There are entities even greater than LL Colonq in the LL Colonq stream. But yeah, so you can imagine like if you're subbed, right? You are ascending the ladder of equity. Similarly, if you follow, or if you're VIP or modded or whatever, equity lord is the highest rank on that ladder, the highest rung. If you're an equity lord, your opinions are worth strictly more in the context of the L:Q stream, in the L Colonq-verse, as Hakurai so eloquently puts it. And as the description says, the benefits of this status are myriad. So we don't really know what that means yet, but it does mark you as the mark of a true gamer. Okay, thank you for the D-slug as well. I'm already slouching. I'm so excited. I'm shaking in my seat. I'm vibrating. I'm spitting facts, spitting bars. I'm really going nuts out here. So yeah, we're building some cool shit. We're gonna continue to build some cool shit, and I think today the theme of the day is fleshing out our redeems a little bit. I think maybe, and then also polls. So I think let's actually see what I think I built some method of taking a poll here, right? Let's see if this works. How are we gonna do this? Let's go to here. No, we need to go here. This is where we're going. Let's split this. So what do we want? How are we gonna monitor our poll status? Real Patty Wax says, so if I stick to my Sigma grind set and climb my way to the top, my opinion that you should program in Common Lisp would supersede your preferences. Well, potentially, right? I never specified that Equity Lords outrank LL Colonq, right? I have, as a possessor of infinite channel points, I am sort of by definition an Equity Lord, right? I can redeem that right now. That's it's not even a problem. However, your opinion would certainly hold some weight. It would hold n or nx weight, where n is some small constant greater than 1, and x is the weight that an average chatter's opinion holds. Maybe it holds 1.01x, the normal opinion weight. Because I love all chatters here in the LL Colonq community. All you Colonq heads, Clonkers. Do we really have a fan name yet? I've sort of been going with the computer, but that might be a little on the nose. But yeah, as to the actual meat and potatoes of your question, Common Lisp is pretty cool. I was actually this. Oh yeah, we're in the. This is all in Emacs. This is actually we like the Neo fetch here, or the screen fetch. We're in the full Emacs universe. This is let's see if it goes. Yeah, this is Emacs EXWM eShell on NixOS, not Geeks or GUIX or whatever you want to say. Use that for a while, but we could talk about it. But yeah, the original version of this event bus. So the way all this works, right, is I have some programs running on another machine that connect to a server that's like a pub sub message bus, right? You can subscribe to events and then publish to events, and then all subscribers get notified. Excuse me, TTS. So that message bus was originally written in Common Lisp. I wrote it in December, I think, and I just got frustrated with Common Lisp. And of course, my real bae, my real boo-boo is Haskell. I'm a Haskell fellow. So I rewrote it in Haskell, and it was nicer. But yeah, convince you to learn Lisp. Should you be convinced? Well, I don't know. I think depends on what you write currently and what, like. I'm also like, that's a good question. I think probably it's worth learning functional programming, right? I don't know if it's worth learning like specifically Lisp or Common Lisp, right? But I mean, they're decent languages. There are good ideas there, right? I think it's all about like what you're trying to do, right? And if what you're trying to do is like learn a bunch of stuff and like get comfy with different abstractions than you're used to, like there are worse ways. You will also get bitches too, right? That's a verifiable fact, as Real Patty Whack points out. It's you can be cool, like a cool like beatnik kind of person instead of like a stodgy. I mean, that's the stereotype, right? You're, instead of being like a stodgy COBOL programmer with a pocket protector and thick glasses, you're like a cool guy with a beret. Cool guy or gal with a beret. All you need is the machine. Yeah, that's I joke often that I don't know. I think one of the first things I said to probably in my earliest interactions with my wife, I talked about how my true love was always Haskell. So yeah, you'll never again have to ponder the orb. So let's see if we can get some fucking shit done here. I think if I connect to the bus, what are we? Oh, it's not that syntax. If we get bus in here, there should be a if I subscribe to the monitor Twitch poll begin event on the bus of course communicates in UTF-8 S expressions over TCP is the protocol. We do that. It's not going to tell us anything, but if we then start a poll, I think we can say things like I publish to monitor, let's make this bigger so we can actually see it. Monitor Twitch poll start. Start is different from begin, right? Begin is the event that Twitch will give us when the poll actually begins, and it will similarly give us an end event when these are reading from Twitch has this WebSocket service that you can use to subscribe to and get information about events. So yes. Let's see. If we just publish to that, I think the parameters here are, if we say like, what is this? Test. Well, what do we want to say here? Test. Well, we're really going off in deep space on these completions. A, B, right? So let's hopefully this will create a poll with title test and A and B as options. I have not actually tested this since earlier today, so I may have broken things in the meantime. Did that do anything? Let me check my other monitor real quick. I'm gonna tab through my little splitter. What is the actual name of this? Oh, it's not start, it's create. Duh. We create a poll instead of start a poll. That would be generally imperative to do that. We've started a poll, right? So feel free to poll to your heart's content. And we're also going to subscribe to the end event here, which should, so you'll see this line here, right? When the poll started, our event bus told us that the begin event triggered with this, which is a UUID that corresponds to the poll. Yeah. What are we looking at here? We have A, B. I'm throwing my vote in with B. I think 0xrar has the right of it here. Welcome, Tally. You look like you've been having lots of fun. Yes, we certainly have been having lots of fun. Yeah, too late, 0xrar. I already picked B. This is a biased vote. There's shenanigans happening behind the scenes here. Shady forces are manipulating democracy. Yeah. So here, you see, we received this event, right? Here's the important bit, right? We received an event here that has the same UUID, right? And has this here, this A-list like thing, associating A with 3 and B with 2. Oh, did someone oh geez, thank you so much for the sub, Tally. You're out of money now. Well, let's how do we rectify that? I know you're a strummer, right? You a strummer? Can we we'll give Tally some subs. We don't need remind me later. We don't need Tally spending his bottom dollar on the LLLL community, but it is appreciated. A is victorious, shown the non-believers. Yeah, well, even with the support of the strummer, B did not pull through. So congratulations, A gamers. Why did my model just disappear? What just happened? Did it actually crash? Oh, you redeemed changed the letters. Oh, you chose an emote. Yeah, so it just crashes if you have an emote. That's kind of exciting. Very, very, very cool. So for now, rejoice in the knowledge that you can, in fact, crash the stream at any time until I fix that. Hello. But, yeah. Maybe don't do that. We'll fix it if people keep doing it. But yes. So, okay. Also, I don't know why, but Twitch likes to... This is not like an issue on my end. Like, the Twitch WebSocket just likes to send the end event for polls twice sometimes. So we just need to ignore that. Maybe I wouldn't cry. Yeah. I mean, it's true. It's, getting some bitches can solve many problems. It's, yeah, I've been officially owned. I mean, Tally, you are a hacker. You've been pwning left and right here. Pwning noobs, aka me. But yeah, so the goal here on this stream is to take this sequence of events, the fact that we can say, okay, make a poll, then get information that the poll actually started, and then get information that the poll finished and what the results were, and turn this into some nicer interface to use. Oh, I got my LastPass. Yes, LastPass breached. I did take a sip immediately as you redeem that. Of course, there will be cooldowns on things in the future. The fun can't last, right? Anytime there's fun, it has to be eliminated with extreme prejudice. And such seems to be the attitude of everybody. But for now, we'll have fun. I like fun. Fun is good. All right, so I guess other things. We also want to get some sound alerts on. So last time, I think we built the. I concur. Fun is a weed. Be the roundup. Yes. I mean, there's a good analogy that if anyone is a Magic the Gathering player, right? Some Magic players like to speak of. I mean, especially if you're a person who enjoys stacks, which is a kind of style of deck focused on locking down the board for the opponent. Some people like to conclude that fun is a zero-sum game, right? If other people are having fun, that means I'm having less fun, right? There's a finite quantity of fun in the universe. And I want to maximize my access to it. Yeah, that's how it's got to be sometimes. I am not immune to propaganda. And you don't know anything about MTG. I like showering too much. Yeah, I mean, common. I don't know what's even an insult for people who shower. Common wet L. Like I haven't showered in years. It's once you have that crust around you, it functions as kind of a protective aura. It keeps nasty girls away. It provides significant protection from enemy spellcasters. You get at least 15 to 20% magic resistance when you have that gamer crust, and that's important. It's tough out there. You know, there's enemy wizards on the streets all the time, right? And you gotta be able to block their attacks. Gotta be able to resist their damage, if you will. Okay, well, let's think. So let's actually, what did we build last time? We have this resonant sleeper thing. If you need a reminder of what the resonant sleeper thing is, it's this. Does that actually still work? Yes, it does. There we go. I don't know if that's ear-splittingly loud or brain-meltingly loud, or just at appropriate volume. But regardless, I think it does the job. So I think we want similar things like this. We can do these for audio at least. Just right now, right? We have all the functionality for that all wired up. I'm sipping even when people aren't redeeming here. We're getting our sippies on. So the thing we want otherwise though, right? So the problem is now that people can spam Resonant Sleeper, right? Now that people actually show up to the LLLL Colonq stream, the LLLL Colonq family has grown considerably. You're right. Maybe if I stop showering, I could probably get on the Sigma Girl Boss grind set that makes me super wealthy. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, right? I saw I retweeted a funny thing earlier. Haha, Twitter story. Haha, haha, ha. Twitter anecdote. Something along the lines of, I have a friend. I knew a guy who spent months showering with a kettle full of hot water because he was too nervous to call the maintenance guy. But then several months after that, had a startup acquired for a 9-figure payout, and that's the attitude that we want to cultivate here on the LLLL Colonq channel. That's you can all be gaming gods. You can all be VC funding maximizers here. You can earn your keep in the court of public opinion. I don't know. All these things and more can be yours, especially if you're an equity lord. If you're an equity lord, like, it's over. It's over for the competition. You're in tune with cosmic secrets, cosmic money-making grind set secrets that basically, like, I don't even know. It's not even a competition anymore. Capitalism is over because you've won. You've won the grand game, the most dangerous of all games. Okay, X45. Repeat. So I think the resident sleeper thing, as fun as it is to have a spry young Mr. Beast imitator screaming in your ear whenever someone spams a very common or relatively common emote that's accessible to everyone, I think perhaps we need to reduce the quantity of fun that is being had, because too much fun quickly leads to problems. Welcome remove was taken. Welcome back. We're getting all the regulars tonight. It's a good having a good old time. And I think first we also need to add some more commands. We need some commandments. Let's do that right away. Let's go to our command place. The command place. I thought of a few things, right? Things that are actually useful instead of total memes. What we also should get a toggle that reverses the direction of the spinny. I'm thinking that's a valuable thing. Okay, we need a Discord, because alas, I know what you're saying. It's Discord, right? We don't love it. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's not the best. Definitely not the best. But we do have a Discord, and the purpose of that Discord is to discuss things about the computer. And we are not going to be going into Discord hell, where we have 30 channels and using Discord as a wiki and everything else, and it's the only sort. We're using it as IRC, right? There's going to be one channel. You talk and you post images. That's it. Maybe voice chat, but I don't even know about that. Voice chat's kind of lame. So there's one channel. So we need to announce what the Discord actually is when people ask, because that's the thing people do, right? They have a little Discord thing. They want their buddies on Discord. How do you actually link these godforsaken things? Can I just go over here to my other screen and go over to Discord? Do I have an invite? I probably have an invite in my bio, actually. I'll just like copy the link. Let's see. How the fuck do we do this? This is a disaster. Twitch television disaster, I'd say. That's my read on the situation. I think it's a freaking disaster. Okay, there's a link to the cyberspace Discord. I'm gonna manually type out the glyphs that make up this this funny little thing. We're gonna type discord.gg. Gotta be cool. That stands for good gaming. You know it. Discord's pretty hip. They know how to get their game on. N7ST. Okay. Got the invite. Tally's blowing things up again. You causing trouble, Tally? Are you changing the text to Unicode characters? That shouldn't break, but it does. It probably breaks actually at the level of my terminal, right? Unfortunately. Oh no, I don't blame you. We love you, Tally. We support our tally in this chat. So let's fix that. Reset. I don't mind it. Yeah. If this is I think this is the terminal exiting. This is the ST terminal. And I can't even give the channel points back to you because I learned. So I wanted to build a whole economy around these channel points with exchange rates, right? Thank you. We're sipping. So I want to build a whole economy with exchange rates and like a separate point system that's only tracked like by me. You could go back and forth and there's like a chart with a number going up and down and you can do gambling and all kinds of shit. But there's no way to directly give channel points to users, right? So you can't do the exchange the other way. I thought you could maybe do it by seeing the non-ASCII for a second was yes, it certainly is. It is certainly a Vroid model with extremely minimal shading applied. Oh, you want the Pornhub.mp3? Try it. Try the command. Run it. I dare you. That's a triple dog dare. A triple tally dare. Yeah, we're using the ST terminal. So there's I think there's probably a patch to have Unicode. Yeah, I'll do it myself then. I don't care. I'm brave. Yeah, someone's got it there. That's there's our little thing. We built that last time. So yeah, so for now we have no funny little Unicode characters, but we'll get there. I also just don't know, like Unicode, like they're wider, right? So then I have to like deal with that, like or emotes at least, right? Like right now, like I can sort of rely on like the aspect ratio of my font being like exactly like, excuse me, TTS 8:17 per letter. Or like maybe I have actually 8:16, so it's like you can just double up to a perfect square. But like I digress. That's the whole thing. So does this work now? If we also, fun fact, I can't actually hear any of the sound alerts because I don't stream with headphones or anything. My ears are raw dogging out here. So you can do whatever you want and I won't even know. Does that work? Hey Digby, welcome. Thanks for the raid. Welcome raiders. I hope Alien was treating you well. I hope there were no aliens devouring your supple cat flesh. Yeah, I hope all is well and welcome. We're playing with new affiliate functionality tonight. I see you coming over on the raid, Hakurai. No colon emotes just yet. No, I am alas I am not artistically gifted, so we have to wait for the commission squad to roll in. The only thing I could do was the channel point stuff and like polls. We'll probably do some, I don't know how people commission emotes, like I guess like skebs maybe? Is that a thing? Like skeb? You pay Japanese people to draw things for you? Is that like the cool thing that the kids do these days? Question mark. Colon coin. Yeah, we have actually, well, the symbol that this is traded for on the public crypto exchanges is $colon. Skeb probably not for emotes. Yeah, okay, I can see that. So maybe I'll find, yeah, Twitter people. Good. Skeb is for fan art. I see. I understand a little bit more about the universe now. Thank you so much. But we'll find some Fiverr person. No one actually comes around trying to scam me. We've had like 2 bots, I think. People are scared off by the powerful masculine energy radiating from the LLLL Colonq stream. It's difficult for any bot to survive in the presence of this whole thing. Yeah, bot superiority. Yeah, we're actually the Sigma bot, the alpha gamma bot here. So they have to bow and obey me in order to like they're not allowed to spam their nonsense here. You have actual humans messaging you all the time. Oh, cool. Is that just on here or on Twitter? I also don't get a lot of Twitter spam, which is fun, I guess. I think I mostly just like follow like random like ex-rationalist Bay Area people and VTubers on Twitter, so I don't get too much of that attention. Yeah, I guess it's not obvious. I feel so dirty using like hashtags, right? Like people like, I mean, no shade to people who do, of course, but like every time I like post a going live notification and it's like like hashtag VTuber uprising, hashtag VTuber EN. It's like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I feel gross deep in my heart. But I mean, you gotta play the game a little bit. So probably since I don't have that in my bio or anything, it's like just get that for free. Yeah, I get bot accounts like that following me where move was taken, but I don't get any who are like, they never actually engage. Hashtag AsciiVTube. Yeah, I have to put like hashtag finance in all caps or like hashtag piss at the end of all of my tweets where I use hashtags just in order to like cut the edge off a little bit for myself. It's like also welcome Dia Diamondis. Thank you for the lurker check-in. Your status as a lurker has been noted. Would it be cringe if I so I know I was inspired to do that by famous VTuber Shindigs, who has viewer check-ins and records like his Redeem, I think, automatically records viewers like attendance in a spreadsheet. It's like a funny bit, like people have their attendance taken at the beginning of streams. You were in fact noticed. I'm sorry, man. Or woman. I don't mean to gender, but yeah, that's how it be sometimes. Sometimes you get spotted out here in the LLLL Colonq channel, and it's hard. I know, but it's over. We pulled the band-aid off. A rare Dia. Yeah, welcome. So yeah, let's think. I'm bouncing all over the place like a little rubber ball. We're getting balled up. We gotta think of what to do. We will do something productive, right? We've had a Discord, right? We're getting up to Discord. We can Diamandis. Okay, I see. Diamandis. It's a very very fun name to say. Very fun. It's especially fun because like the first name is like the same, or is it Diamandis? Is it Dia or Dia? I always wonder. That's like a classic. Is Dia? That's like a white. That's a white mage spell in the hit MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV Online. And is that pronounced as Dia? I don't know. I don't know fucking anything. We're very Dia. Yeah, that's cute then. I like that. That's the same. I like when it's the same. I like when the things are spelled differently, but they are the same. That is a thing that I like. Yes. So we thought about doing Discord. Getting up to some Discord. Yeah, alliteration. Yeah, I mean, it's like a fancy alliteration. Consonants, assonants. These are all things that I once knew what they meant. I do no longer. English is a patchwork language. Have you ever seen, well, that might be a bit obscure. There's like, I love like variant English conlangs, right? Like people who try and like I think the biggest one is like people who try and postulate like Anglish, right? Like the English of the Anglo-Saxons, right? If there was no like Latin influence, right? And I'm sure you could also postulate like what would English look like if like there was no like Norman, like Viking stuff, right? Like I don't know. There's interesting things in that direction, but not enough time. Too many cool things in the world. Not enough time. That's the constant theme. So let's do some stuff. What do we need here? What do we need? I think we have most of these. And what do other people have for commands? Right? Like if we go to someone's channel, right? If I go to someone's channel on my other stream, my other screen here, can I determine? This is gonna be a pain in the neck. People link their Discord and their throne, and I don't know. We will never have a throne. The support of the LLLL Colonq community is the only throne on which I need to sit. I hope my support for you is the only throne you need, King, Queen. Yeah, English gives perspective on what words have non-Saxon origin. Yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting. Speaking of language facts, I think one of my favorite things is the if you know Icelandic, the language Icelandic. It's very similar to Old Norse, right? It's kind of a language frozen in time to some degree. Maybe that's not actually true, but at least that's the pop culture perception, right? If anyone is actually from Iceland, please correct me if I'm wrong. And they like invent new words, right, all the time, right, for new concepts in a sort of somewhat standardized way, if I understand correctly, because there are so few speakers. And I think the word for computer literally translates to, I think it's number prophetess. I think that's fucking awesome. That's the computer, baby. The computer is a number prophetess. Cool. Okay. So we have Discord, we have specs, we have my bias, we have test coverage, we have how to learn programming, we have OnlyFans. Let's do Throne too, because we like thrones. Number prophetess. I think that's what it is, right? Prophetess as in the female version of prophet. Something like that. It might be priestess. I don't know. It's one of those P words that ends with S that has some sort of religious meaning, I think. Okay, in the case that someone wants to throne, what do we say in this instance? What do we even say? We say something like I don't even know. We've run out of funny things, right? We'll just say haha. We'll say XDDing. That works. That's perfect. I think that's perfect. Words beginning with P, ending with S. Yeah, I mean, there's some good ones in that category, my friend. There's some real classics, some high quality verbiage, I would say, falls under that umbrella. And yeah, be fun to explore. Okay, we got this. Does this work? Yeah. Okay. Let's also make it so that I keep missing the our lurker check-ins, I think. Right? This is a problem. I don't want to miss the lurker check-in. That sucks. Let's make it so we have a way to put like non-chat messages into the chat. Let's do something like, we'll take most of this, not too far off from priestess. It isn't, right? It has a very similar cadence to it. Let's say write chat event EV, right? EV to the Twitch chat buffer. Sure, that's fine. That's all good. Okay, so what are we doing here? We're going to Emacs, and we're inserting propertize whatever this is. EV face. Is there just an italic face? Can we just do that? That seems ideal, right? Insert and then new line, right? So what this is going to do ideally is put the whatever text we give it in EV in the chat log, but we won't have to follow this format of like colored username and then message, right? So if we say write chat event test hello hell test hell, yeah. So now we have these nice little italic things that we can have, right? This is good. I see this and I deem it good. So what do we want to do with that? What's the deal? So I think what we want to do is integrate this with some of the other redeems, right? Like we can do something like, where are our redeems? Show me the redeem. Here they are. This just maps literally from the name of the redeem. Yeah, it doesn't show in Twitch itself. That's intentional, right? It will not show there, right? Because we could send it as a message, but like this is more to like show things that do show in Twitch that aren't currently showing in my little thing, right? So what are our channel point things? We have lurker check in. We can automate lurker humiliation. I think we can, it gives the user first, the way I have this set up. So we can say something like fig write chat event format %s says hello. And then if we do a lurker check-in, not enough arguments. Oh, we didn't actually pass the user. There we go. When we lurker check-in again. Oh, I can only do this once a stream. Can someone else lurker check-in who has not yet done that, so we can actually test the thing without me having to change settings? Please, please. Does that do? Does it go? Anyway, we'll move on as that as we wait for that to resolve itself. Let's move on to take sip strummer. Did it work? Did it work? No, no one has lurker checked in. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Mod Colonq. Mod Colonq is my mod. They I expect you to treat them with the same respect that you treat the LLLL Colonq channel and all other users of the LLLL Colonq channel. That is maximal respect. Mod Colonqy indeed. Cool. Let's do, what are we doing here? We're doing take sip strummer. We're not even gonna say the user, right? You can remain anonymous with this one. I won't notice, but I'll probably check anyway. Drink water dummy. Let's see that. Drink water dummy. Yes. This is fancy stuff here. We have italic letters. I repeat, we have letters that are in italic. Right? This is snazzy stuff, right? You don't get this anywhere, right? You only get this elite, ultra premium experience on the LLLL Colonq stream. Let's make the other ones do things too. Because I think I'm just like, if the redeem is invalid, I'm just like logging that somewhere, right? And just, that's shit. We need dslug too. Dslug. Unfold your spine. Sorry, TTS. I'm drinking too much of the bubble. We're getting a little too bubble. Yeah, we can unfold our spine. And finally, is that all of them? We have not covered some the higher tiers, right? The gold tiers, if you will. We're not covering those in extreme detail just yet because I mean nobody has the finances for that kind of thing. That's it's impossible. I wouldn't even believe it. It's inconceivable. But eventually we'll automate the Vipper tier so you can get automatic VIP if you spend the points. I like that. I like channels where you can actually get VIP. We'll of course have to add some games to it because I think there are limited VIP slots. So we'll do stuff like you can pay 20k to give yourself VIP and 10k to remove someone else's VIP, something like that. I like that kind of thing. That's fun. Breeds some healthy competition. Yeah. Okay. We also want other stuff, right? I think we want. Do we want some of this? I think my bias. Sorry, before anyone can my bias, we're gonna delete my bias. It's too much. It's too long. We have to reduce our fun a little bit. So we're gonna make a new one of these guys. Add a new custom reward. Real quick. It's gonna be called Super Idol. Can I get the lyrics of Super Idol and paste them into the box? That seems good. Yeah. Maybe? Like I don't want to remix. Oh, that seems like the lyrics. Let me paste these. How much does this cost? It costs 500 for now. Create, go. Okay, so now there's a Super Idol redeem. I don't know if I could see this unless I refresh the page. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll solve the problem. And we're going to move the contents of my bias to over here. And now it's going to be on the super idle. Let's test that out. Let me refresh the old thing. Get it moving a little bit. Get it schmoving and grooving. Let's see. If I click the button, can we super idle? Is this gonna be loud? I hope it's not loud. When it's loud, it's scary. I don't like when it's loud. Okay, we're crashing instead. Oh, because we need an extra argument. This one takes 2. Let's press the button again. There we go. Yeah, that's the. It doesn't look like it's much louder than my voice. Much louder. So yeah, that seems worthy of some channel points rather than typing 6 characters. Cool. What are other fun things that we can do? I'm trying to get all this easy stuff out of the way before we dive into the meat and potatoes of this stream. I've said that twice now, and I'm now going to say it like 10 more times over the course of the stream. That's funny. Oh, that's very odd. That's interesting, Tally. That renders as... Is this just one very wide character? No, it's not. This is a normal... If I describe char, this is a normal space. It's a normal ASCII space. Yeah. Why is it wide here and not wide over there? Does Twitch? Oh, that's an interesting thing, right? If I type A spaces B, Twitch replaces spaces with oh, and it's also funny that it's so okay, we have all kinds of layers. There are wheels within wheels here interacting, right? Because Tally Redeemed changed the letters to ... right? My tool, right, in the change the letters redeem, right, explicitly this clause here replaces spaces with nothing, right? To remove spaces, because spaces don't work well with my model, right? Because suddenly it's just rendering the background instead. Twitch, I think, also does that, replaces sequences of spaces with a single space, right? Like you can't just put a bunch of spaces in a row in your Twitch message, but they're still in the message. I think it's just the client, the Twitch like chat client that runs in your browser doesn't display them. Is very interesting because they're still being sent. The spaces that were presumably originally input are still being sent to through IRC, right? Which is actually insanely cool now that you think about it, right? Because you could hide messages in Twitch, like the spaces, right? Like this is like the number of spaces you put here and where you put the spaces is a way to like you can communicate with that, right? At the very least, you can do Morse code, right? Because you can type like a sentence, right? In the spaces between the words, you can put either like 2 spaces or 3 spaces corresponding to like a dot or a dash, right? And then suddenly you're Morse coding and only other people who are directly connected to Twitch IRC can see that, right? Too dumb to understand. You're not too dumb to understand code. You're, well, maybe the people who have tried, or the people who typically teach how to code, are too dumb to explain it properly. Maybe that's the situation. So for change the letters, have you put a filter in? I have not put a filter in. I'm hopefully relying on the default Twitch auto moderator. I think we discussed this a little bit. You recommended that automod exists, and I remembered, yes, automod does exist. Please don't type rude words that would get me banned. If you do, I will just like like shut down the thing very quickly. And that's the end of it. Or at least I'll shut down, like I'll have to implement a I have not tested what will happen if I do. I've thought about that, but it remains untested as for now. I assume either automod will block the thing, or it will go through without issue. So we shall see. I could probably test it very easily. Like let's make a thing that's blocked. What do we do? Can I go to? Let's see. Oh, don't say anything too nasty, please. New block terms and phrases. If I block the phrase, no fuck. Oh, we don't filter fuck here, right? This is an 18+ stream, Digby. This is you can say fuck, you can say shit. I don't know. Can you say the word that starts with a C and ends with a T on Twitch? Can I not say that on Twitch? Is that I don't know the rules. But let's search for a word to block. We're gonna block. Yes, cat. You cannot say cat. Okay, you can say kun. Okay. Let's block the phrase Mugu Gaipan, classic Lord Athelstan utterance. Okay, that's blocked. If I change the letters now to Mugu Gaipan, well, it works for me, right? Because I'm a moderator. I assume I can get around blocks, right? Is that a thing? Let me change it back to Tally's thing. Well, we'll figure it out. Also, oh, that's very interesting, right? Whoa, wow. We're riddled with holes here. We've been in a gunfight. That's cool as hell. I like that. I like that look. But yeah, generally we have more testing to do, right? Of course, like user moderation in the most general form is a unsolvable task. Oh, your message wasn't posted due to conflicts with the channel's moderation settings. Very nice. Did you get was that you trying to do the change the letters redeem also? Because I guess I'm worried that, oh, if it doesn't post at all, we should be fine then, I guess. Like, I was sort of worried it might work, like, it posts it and then it deletes it very quickly. Oh, there's another, I think any non-ASCII character is going to blow it up, but I appreciate the attempt. We should really fix that, but I think that's, like, more of an off-stream fix, maybe. Don't worry, you're all good. Where are we going? eShell. Because it's like a matter of like, I've thought about, like, this is currently rendering. Yeah, good. Thank you very much, Digby. That is useful debugging. But yeah, I think that it's just the terminal I'm using doesn't support Unicode, and like I've thought a little bit about, like, instead of like really this terminal, like the actual rendering of the text is actually much more expensive than the 3D rendering of the model. Right, here's the rendering of the 3D model. This is like 17% CPU of one core, and like, where is the ST? Like, this is, I mean, I guess it's not that expensive, but usually the cost goes to X, right? X is updating this window all the time, right? It's and that's costing quite a lot, right? 64% of one core. Right, and if we use like a faster terminal, or just like rendered the text in the process, it would be a good deal faster. There we go. Yeah, now we're in roguelike mode. Ready to play some NetHack, play some Slash 'em. Is any NetHack fans? Any NetHack gamers? I love NetHack and I've played it a ton. I've never won. I've gotten close, but I end up dying to, like, I think both times I've like gotten the amulet and was like on the escape, I've died to mind flayers. Mind flayers are 2 for 2 against me. But I love the game, and I love variants, and I love just like, I've spent probably an unbelievable number of hours just fucking around with it. And I'm probably rambling about nothing now. Do people even know NetHack? Kind of a boomer game, but I'm a zoomer, and I know NetHack. It's fun. It's a game you play. You crawl dungeons. It's loosely based on Advanced Dungeons and Dragons First Edition. It's very cool. If you can get over the graphics being what they are, being an ASCII game, you can do some cool shit. What are we? I never really. Yeah. So this is what NetHack actually looks like. This thing here. That's a pretty accurate depiction. And the player is an @, hence the funny business with this whole diversion. I don't know, man. We're off in the weeds here. We're getting way off in the weed. Cool. Okay, so I think maybe let's start digging in to the meat and potatoes, as we said, the beef and starch of this endeavor. @ gives me the highest resolution. That can't be blocked. Yeah, you mean the most coverage of the least background space. I can see that. Part of the reason why I originally chose the name L:Q is that all of the it's very round, right? Like I've noticed that if I change the letters again, sorry for costing you points, but I assume you get them. 30 points is not very much. If I make the letters like so, right? It's very kind of jarring, right? These sharp angles, right? If we're very kiki letters, right? But if we become boba letters, right? I find that a little more appealing. Right? I don't know. And L:Q, at least in this, it's relatively boba, right? Booba. It's very rounded kind of symbols, right? Lots of circles and curved lines. So I don't know. I like that. It's something I enjoy. If we literally change it to just L the colon character Q, what does that look like? And this accepts pretty long inputs too. You can just paste a whole bunch of shit and up to the maximum length of a Twitch message. And let's see. There we are. L:(Q). That looks funky because of the gap that the colon represents, I think. Who knows? Who the hell knows? It's a little funny. I'll say that. That's as much as I'll say. It's a little funny. Okay, let's get this polling business underway, I think. So the thing that I want, right, I desire more than anything is to have something that works like this, right? I want to be able to say if s equals, string equals, poll, which is it? And then list base cringe. If that equals cringe, let's say like this. Decringify, right? So the kind of thing that we want to be able to build, right, is we want this poll function that, given a title of a poll and a list of options, blocks until the poll is completed, right? This function won't return until the poll is done and returns the winning outcome, right? This is complicated by the fact that Emacs is inherently single-threaded, right? So if we actually have this thing block, I can't do anything with my system until ooh woo, ooh woo, woo 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 woo. Ooh woo. You've gotten it out of me. But yeah, so if we actually make this thing block like this, right, it's gonna be shitty. So we need kind of a more, I don't know, asynchronous sort of vibe. I don't know. Maybe we have poll take a callback, right, and then registers the callback and does. I think that's probably what we'll end up with. That seems like a pretty nice thing to do. You are now the uwu. Yes, alas, I have become the devastating letters. Those funny little characters. They have overrun us all with their the deepness of their curse. No, it's so funny the way that text gets you'd think we were like the way that text interacts with like various video codecs is very, very funny. Like I'm or maybe it's just like an actual like thing that happens in any case. Like if you're familiar with this is a thing that comes up a lot in 3D rendering. Moire patterns. Moire, I think is the pronunciation of that accent, right? These sorts of things, right? Where you see these kind of like this kind of optical effect, right? When you have parallel lines and like certain, I don't know anything about the details of why it do be like this, but you see it a lot if you're like looking through like a fence, right, at a brick wall or something, right? There's sort of this shimmering effect. It's interesting, right? And I get this a lot with text, right? But it's fun, like there's a whole lot of I think it kind of happens when I mean we can read the description. Large scale interference patterns that can be produced when a partially opaque ruled pattern with transparent gaps is overlaid on another similar pattern, right? And what is LL Colonq but a partially opaque ruled pattern with transparent gaps, right? Like I think that the similar pattern comes when you kind of upscale and downscale these things, right? In consistent ways, right? So I'm looking at my other monitor right now, and like the way that the uwu is appearing right now, it looks like there's like thick vertical lines overlaid on top of my avatar in the little downscaled stream preview window, and on one of them, but on the other monitor that has a slightly different downscale resolution, those are not present. It's like, whoa, geez. So I'm always worried like how this shit appears in any video that isn't at like native resolution, because it just gets so fucked up, right? It becomes so hard to like I think at like native it looks pretty good. But then my spine was folded. Thank you. I'm gonna lean back in the chair ski here. Thank you. There's probably a noticeable difference in my audio when I'm leaning forward like a complete freak and putting my face right up in the mic for maximum ASMR tingles, but versus when I actually relax and don't destroy my posture. But I wonder. I'll have to do some VOD review on that topic. But yeah, that's the way it is. So I think we'll start. Let's just put it up here because we're having fun. We're gonna have to make a lot of polls this stream. I'm warning you, right? I know you're gonna get sick of it. I know it's a little bit scary to have polls popping up every 1 minute. That's the shortest you can make a poll, right? I would make these polls 10 seconds if I could, but unfortunately we're stuck to 1 minute. So we have create poll, right? And it takes title. And it takes options. It's going to take a callback later too, probably. But for now, we'll stick to this. And what are we going to do in create poll? Well, we made a poll manually earlier. Tally is best boy, as we can all attest. He is the greatest of the dogs. Man's best friend. Always. Okay, we're gonna grab this thing that we used to make the earlier poll and paste. As I've learned from watching Neurosonic Clippers, the art of programming is basically it's copying and pasting. Right? You got to stick to copying and pasting until you level up to more advanced things, like liking things. I thought Tally was a cat. Well, yeah, I think Tally's a dog. That's why he goes dog mode regularly in the emotes. Dogs it up. Going dog style. Going Dog, embracing some dog characteristics. Okay, we need create a poll with title and options. Scary wolf, not a dog. Okay, yeah. Well, canine. Let's call it. Let's split the difference. Canine. K9. Okay. Oh yeah, and you're a canine as well, Akurai. You're a canine in triple. Very, very, very scary. Very, very scary. Ooh. Foxes are canids. I buy it. I don't know very much about animals. I'm not an animal. I'm not on the animal planet. Yes. I don't know. Just kind of don't have too many animal factoids to share. All friends. Oh, yeah. A whole slew of animal friends here. Make an animal friend today. It's a Boomafoo thing. We can create poll. Okay, let's see if people are keeping up. Pop quiz. Tally. Cat. And then what the fuck is happening? This is too big. List E. Ni. There we go. Well, let's see if you can keep it together with our test poll. And I hope, do we still have netcat open anywhere? Yeah, we do. So we can see this new poll beginning, right? We're gonna have to add some stuff to figure out how we're gonna respond to these things. Let's start. Can we program fast enough to get this in by the time? I don't think we can. I don't think we can. Monitor, Twitch, poll, end. Lambda message. If we do it real quick, we can. Fig, write, chat, event, format. I think we got it in. Oh, we're not subscribed to the event. Gross. Okay, good. Tally, not cat. Confirmed. Confirmed for all to see. Okay. We need to actually subscribe to this thing, which we're gonna do. Can we just if we just fig disconnect and then fig connect, we should get it. We missed a tally message, unfortunately, in the interim, in the instant that I disconnected and reconnected, the message was sent. But if we're still, are we still here? Yeah. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're so back. This should automatically I have a thing that sub all that just reads all the event handlers there and subscribes to all of them. Welcome, Flanzen. Thank you for coming by. We're doing all kinds of affiliated nonsense this evening, getting up to some shenanigans. Oh, and you can see the emergency message we're printing here, the results of the poll, because Twitch likes to double send the poll end event. Wow, so cool, so nifty. Let's clean that up a little bit, and let's hide. Let's get some shit going on. Let's what are we doing? We need to, instead of just printing out this thing, let's handle it a little more nicely. We won't be rude. Okay, so we probably want some global map that keeps track of all poll IDs, right? I think that's probably reasonable. For now, what we're gonna do is when a poll begins, we're going to write a chat event, and we're going to say, we're not going to say anything. We're just going to say poll started. That seems like a good thing to do, right? And then when a poll is over, we can say something like, well, it gives us a list of all of the results, right? So the actual winner is going to be, wow, that's very odd. Has my body disappeared? What is going on? Is my head detached from my body? Why is my avatar only displaying my head? Is the rotation of my head out of sync with the... This is very strange. Something I've never seen. Something very odd is going on. What the fuck? If I spinny toggle, does that become fixed? No, now I'm upside down. Something deeply cursed has occurred. I think we have some explaining to do. I think our spinny implementation has probably our implementation of the scene graph has. Why is my mouth always open? This is very odd. I'm gonna reset real quick. Tally, I'm sorry. I gotta do it to you. You're no longer the best boy. It's over. It's so over. It pains me. It pains me deep in my soul. Okay. We're back. We're back. We are our head newly attached. Something's funky there. We're gonna have a fun debugging process with that. The way our global transformation matrices and quaternion are interacting with we gotta go vote. Good luck with the vote. Enjoy polling. We're gonna be doing some polling here as well. So we'll be there with you in our hearts. We'll reestablish your best boy status in your honor. Tally best. There we go. We've made it. Looks like we've made it. Excellent, excellent. Okay, let's do this thing. We want to say who's the actual winner. The winner is max by. Oh, well, we don't need to do that. We can say max by cater. This just gets the second element of a list. That's how you say second element of a list in languages that have car and cutter. It's a pretty cool little thing, little contraption we have here. I don't know. People care enough to get next. So the way that lists work in Lisps usually, right? Is if you have it's basically you have a single primitive called cons, right? That joins two things together, right? Makes pairs. And the way you do lists is you cons a bunch of things together, and the final thing is nil, which is also the empty list, right? It's kind of a self-defined as the empty list, right? This is sort of this inductive kind of definition. And when you have a cons, right, you can get the elements of it. There's one thing called car that gets the first element of the pair, and one thing called cutter, which gets the second element of the pair. I think these originally come from like instruction names or like register names that were used to implement this thing in on hardware way back in the day. So I think, like this is like a console. It's sort of conceptually two pointers, right? And this gets the first pointer, this gets the second pointer. I don't know. I don't know anything about any of this bullshit. That's besides the point. But they're called car and cutter. So if we have a longer list like this, right, you can think conceptually. Car gets the first element of the list. Cutter gets the rest of the list, right? Sort of everything but the first element. And we sort of have, if we want to get the second element, right? Welcome, DinoMug. Thank you for the follow. We still need follow alerts, but I need to wire more stuff up for that. But yeah, thanks for coming by. We're getting up to some real nonsense today. Check out the channel point redeems if you have not already. We've been building. This is our first affiliated stream. We've been building some cool Emacs integrated channel point stuff. It's fun. It's cool for the whole family. But yes. So if you say, okay, well, cutter gets everything after the first element of the list, right? Car gets the first element of that, right? Naturally, car of cutter will be B, right? It gets the rest of the list and the first element of that, right? And in most Lisps, right, we have kind of helper functions that abbreviate that, right? So you can say like catter, right? And catter equals car cutter, right? And you can do this with various sequences, right? So you can say things like CDAR and like CADD, right? Up to like a certain number of these, right? Like 4, I think, typically. Finally, an Emacs Lisp stream. Well, thanks for that warms my heart, right? It warms my my cold black letters heart. It's I appreciate all Emacsers and all non-Emacsers, right? This is just one way to use the computer that I have found very fun, and I hope you can find it fun too. So what we're doing here is we're just max buying, right? We're getting a list back that looks like, ideally, like this, right? If option A got 1 vote, option B got 2 votes. So we're just getting the second element of all those pairs, right? And we're just computing the max by that. So if we say max by, let's actually just do this, right? We can test in the REPL here. We say max by catter of, oh, max by takes 2 arguments and compares based on, oh, that's fine. That's fine. This is actually, we've used this before. There's a, on. This is what we want. This is what we want, indeed. So we want, on something like this, right? So we want to compare these things by, we want greater than, so we're getting the second element of both lists, of all the lists in this thing, and then we're comparing them with this. So this is a way to just compute the max by like some element of the thing. Yeah, so this will get the greatest, this will get the element of this list that has the greatest second value, right? And then we can just say, okay, we want the car of that, right, to get the actual string, right? That is what we will say. And we're just going to grab this from here. And we're going to say, boop, message. And we'll say, poll finished. So that's winner. Winner. We'll say poll finished winner is that. That's a little more readable. Wow, we're still off of print. Where are we off of parenthesis here? There we go. There we go. Cool. So now if we start a poll, car or cutter, list car cutter, something topical. Oh, we have to say create poll. Yeah, there we go. Let's I like to drive, right? I'm a driver. We're gonna vote for car, just so we have something. We have some sort of vote status going on. We're getting there. We're getting something. Slowly and surely. Getting something. So when this poll finishes, and alas, I cannot make it faster. Alas, alas, alas. This is what it is. We're gonna actually take a sippy break. The last LaCroix. How precious. I'm gonna crack it. ASMR. There we go. Sipski, chugski, chug jug. There we go. Let's think. What's been going on? Gotta wait for this thing to finish. It should. Well, it's not a promising sign that. Oh, we're not subscribed to. We need to resubscribe. Do the disconnect reconnect dance. Why didn't we get any of these? What's going on with that? What is the deal? We're still connected to chat, right? Do we have a log anywhere? Fig Twitch, we were subscribed to poll end events. We're gonna have to make another poll. Oh geez. Oh bother. How bothersome. Okay, we're gonna disconnect. We're gonna connect to reset our events. That should show up in the log. And then let's do the poll again. We'll do the same one. We'll run it back. Okay, we get the poll started. And let's see if Twitch sees fit. Oh, wrong type argument Lisp P. We just got another poll end. Oh, we need the second argument of the thing. That's useful. We need the second argument. We need, in fact, the catter of message. We'll rerun that. Let's see if that works. Because the thing that this thing returns, right, is it returns message is going to be the first element is the ID of the list, right? Or the ID of the poll, rather, this UUID kind of thing. And then the second element is the kind of the list of pairs of results and vote counts. Let's vote for something real quick. Before it ends. Hopefully poll ends should appear on our screen. Poll finished. Winner is covered. Excellent. Okay, we have polling functionality, my friends. So the thing to do now, I think, is we're going to keep a global hash table, A-list type thing lying around somewhere. And we're going to use that to keep track of what polls are currently running. And so what we're going to do is when we create a poll, we're going to, well, what do we do? What do we do? Because there's no instant feedback, right? Since this is all kind of like through this message bus, and there's no sort of like request response sort of loop. They're only publishing and subscribing to events. I think the thing that we can't like, so if you just use the Twitch API and you subscribe to an event, you're going to immediately get back like the ID, right? So you can sort of do useful things with that. Here, however, we don't get that ID sort of back instantly. We have to wait for the next begin event. Here's what I think, but of course it's much simplified because you can only actually have one poll running at a time, which helps. So I think all we're going to do is we'll have a global variable that just is like the current poll callback. And then whenever we receive a poll end event, we have that callback set, we just call it with the relevant stuff. And if there isn't, and then unset it. And so we get these duplicate, as you see on the screen, right? There are these duplicate end events. And when we unset it, and if it's not set, we just ignore it silently. So we can handle the duplicates. I think that sounds good. So then hopefully we can do some responses to polls. I think that would be very nice. So let's do that. Let's make we gotta move create poll. It's right in the middle of our constants here. It's a little much. Where are we moving that? Above model toggle seems fine. Okay, we're gonna have, we'll put it here. Defvar fig current poll callback. And it's nil. A callback that is passed is called and passed the poll winner when the poll concludes. Nice and long, nice and chunky. We're on column 81. We're pushing the limits of old heads tolerance for line width. Right, you gotta have, that's what everyone always says, like, you could be on an 80 column terminal. You can't go past 80 columns, right? That's, I don't know. 80 columns is that's thin, man. That's pretty skinny. I don't know about that. That's a funny one. I'm unsure of the viability of the 80 column rule, but I don't know. Some people still put. I know if you edit if you view a file on SourceHut, which is like very neat. Can we go to SourceHut? Let's go to SourceHut. Let's visit our good friends at SourceHut. If you don't know about this thing, I'm going to show you something cool. It's basically a competitor in the Git forward space to like GitHub or GitLab. It is completely open source. It works entirely without JavaScript. You do a whole lot of stuff without an account even, and doesn't track you. It's very nice, right? You tend to find some cool stuff on here. It's has all kinds of nice things in addition to Git, to like post mailing lists and like issue trackers, and like as a cool CI thing. And it's generally great. I think the author Drew DeVault is like a pretty big advocate and champion of free software that actually like works and is like. So of course the constant debate is, right, well, you can kind of use free software ideologically, but like maybe it's not. Maybe it's still like, maybe it's like admittedly worse, right? I want to live in a world, right? Like free software is, I think, the better development paradigm too, right? I want to put my money where my mouth is, right? I want to make software that is free and unencumbered by like licensing or whatever, or is not proprietary basically, and is also the best option, right? I don't know, but anyway, SourceHut stands out in my mind as something. Also, there's codeberg.org. Yeah, I've seen a little bit of that. Let's go there. Let's go bravely forth and hope. Yeah, this is a cool one. Also open source, right? I've thought about, I mean, a cool option is, I assume you can self-host this, of course, because it's not, it's open source, right? Like, I thought a lot about self-hosting a SourceHut instance, or maybe a Git. I did Git for internal projects for a while, but yeah, lots of cool stuff in this space. I see there's sort of a cool space of like this kind of thing, like I don't know, people call it the tildeverse, right? People, I guess it comes from people running like public-ish Linux servers where you can get a home directory pretty easily and like actually do all the cool like multi-user interaction stuff on Linux, like locally sending mail and all that fun stuff, and get a little. Its core is Git. Yeah, the background color reminds me of Git. That's why I brought it up. The sort of the overall design has this makes me think of that. Cool. Sounds like you're getting up to some cool business, Dino Mug. It's fun shit. Okay. What do we want? Where have we left off here? We have our current poll callback, right? So what are we going to do then? So our poll endpoint, right? We're going to have and optional callback. So what? Oh, we want to say poll callback will be passed the winner when the poll concludes. Good. I think that's good. We're also going to use this poll callback variable to like not make duplicate polls locally, right? I think. So we're going to say like unless fig current poll callback. So we won't make a poll when there's a poll currently running. Which of course this little bit of state might confuse us a little bit, right? Of course, if this gets out of sync with whether a poll is actually running, that's going to cause a problem, right? But it's okay. I see we've got the super idol redeem. Excellent. I'll just have to talk louder. I'll just talk louder now. I'll deal. I can deal. Welcome toggle hashes. Welcome. Good to see you. Patterns and droves. Welcome back. It's been a minute. Is this Lisp? Yes, this is Emacs Lisp. What we are doing and what we have done is we have wired up various Twitch chat and various Twitch event notification systems to like this message bus thing, which we then connected to Emacs and also the program that renders my model. So if you look at the channel point redeems, right, there's various things you can do, and they'll basically interact with this system. Right now we're setting up a way to automatically create and respond to Twitch polls using Lisp, Emacs Lisp. Yeah, so you see you redeemed Spinny, and I now Spinny. You can, which is very fun, and that all is driven by Emacs here, right? Here's all the, whenever you do this channel point redeem, this Lisp function runs, and that just, and model toggle just sends this event over the network basically to my model that reads the thing. So yeah, we're lisping it up today. But yeah, good to see you again. You are I believe one of my earliest viewers. So thanks so much for coming by. We've had all kinds of familiar faces today. It's been lots of fun. I don't want to start a holy war, but do you prefer Emacs over Vim and why? Oh, that's also actually, thank you for reminding me, because of course lots of people ask that question. We can add it as one of these like command things to our bot. So I'll do that after I explain, I think. So do I prefer Emacs over Vim? Well, it depends on what you're asking, right? Because the way I see it is Emacs and Vim sort of occupy separate spaces in the hierarchy. Also, I want to say thank you for following Toggle Hashes. I think I said that, but I don't want to miss you. Oh, you're here. I spot you. They occupy different spaces in the hierarchy, right? So Vim, I think, or VI, I think modal editing in general is a pretty good paradigm for editing text, right? I also think editing text isn't that important, but I'm certainly very familiar with the VI Vim model, right? In fact, right, if you notice the bottom of my screen, right, you notice this insert thing popping up here, right, as I press buttons. I'm currently spamming I and escape, right? The editor I'm using is in fact a modal editor, right? I'm using evil mode in Emacs, which is a VI, excuse me, TTS. Some people might call it a VI emulator. I would say it's a VI implementation inside Emacs. Emacs also is at least nominally a text editor, right? So you might think it competes with VI. I don't really think so at all. I think the sort of Emacs I think of as something that competes with like GTK or Qt, right? It's a flexible user interface library for building primarily text-based applications, right? And like the meme is that Emacs is an OS, right? And I really do think that way, right? I think of Emacs as a platform for building, like similar to how the web is a platform for building things that sort of have a consistent-ish look and feel, right? It has a JavaScript runtime that drives the DOM, which is the display model. Emacs is a Lisp runtime that has various functionality for displaying text and images and doing fonts and various font sizes and having like interactive elements and binding key bindings and stuff attached to a Lisp runtime. So I think VI or Vim is a better editor for sure, right? I'm using a VI inside of Emacs, right? And when I don't have Emacs, rarely I use VI to edit like config files or whatever. But I think Emacs is the best way to use VI. And I think Emacs by and large is, I would go so far as to say that I'm pretty broadly dissatisfied with the state that software is in. I think there are very, very few pieces of software that I think are like good, right? Really, really good in any way. And I think Emacs in its 40-year history is like, it's one of the few pieces of software that is good, right? It's good software. I'm broadly, I don't think it's the best software, but like compared to most software, it may be the best software I use or have ever used. But it's a flexible Lisp runtime that has lots of cool built-in ways to like interact with the user. And if you use it for everything like I do, it's like very like key bindings are shared between applications, right? Like I read my email in Emacs, and I also read my RSS feeds in Emacs, and I also edit text in Emacs. And the key bindings for like moving up and down a line, in all of those are the same, right? I've bound them in the same place, and I can rebind them, and I can do whatever I want with them. Yeah, and so okay, so let's write up a command that describes this, right? Editor, right? Let's call this editor. Let's say Vim, right? Sure. Let's just call it Vim. Vi is, let's have attack holy war. Yeah, I mean this is the oldest holy war of all, and I'm sort of feel like no one actually like both of these editors are niche, right? Emacs far more niche than the last I saw, right? Like what 2023 text editor popularity poll, right? Like everyone just uses VS Code, right? Like all the hip young people. 2. Maybe Stack Exchange has information about this. Yeah, technology. Or if I just search Control F Emacs, yeah. No, don't give me cookies. Right? So here's the poll for IDE, right? Of course, these do not sum to 100 because people use multiple tools, right? Vim is at a 23%. People are using Vim, right? Emacs is at 4.51%, right? So this is really not the holy war that people like. I mean, of course, ancient grudges or whatever, but like no one's really doing an Emacs versus Vim holy war, like unironically, right? Emacs, you're on the same side, right? You're people who are using 40-year-old editors, right? You're on the same team, compared to the VS Codes and the Atoms and the whatever else is of the world, right? I think that's the way to look at it. So I think, but getting back to it, V is the best text editor. Emacs is the best operating system. And that's all it is. That work? Does it work? Yeah, we got it. It's funny that these print out of order over here because of like I guess, well, it's because we process the command before we print the thing. We should fix that. Where do we handle chat message? We need to move this here. And that will be the correct order. Now if we say something again, like what gives a response? If we say oomphy, yeah, that does the correct order now. Very cool, hooray. I think that is a good thing. Let's get back to our polling business. So unless the callback is currently set, we set the callback. Do we want to use setQ or setF? I never remember. SetQ is probably fine. setQ just doesn't accept a generalized place, but yeah, it's all good. Never remember these things. And the truth is it probably doesn't matter at all. And if it did matter, we'd want to make it not matter. Worrying about one of the things I dislike about Common Lisp, right? Like so many like how many prints are there in Common Lisp named pretty, like remembering the difference between EQ versus EQL, or like equal spelled out, right? Like I mean, sure, right? I know the differences, but like, do I want to know the differences, right? Is that a useful thing to have to think about? I don't know. I certainly don't know. I need to change, let's change our name back to something a little more boba. Your editor runs inside a browser, VS Code. Mine can run a complete browser section, Emacs. We are not the same. Yeah, I mean, the cool thing about EXWM, right, is I've built a VI emulation mode on top of, because I like modal editing on top of EXWM, which is the Emacs window manager. So if I'm also going to stop spinning. It's like, or I'm going to stop seasickness mode because it is giving me nausea. Let's see. If I open a browser window, If I go to like news.ycombinator.com, let's open up the orange site, right? Oh dear, Gordon Moore has died. Rest in peace. You'll notice it says EXWM normal in the bottom left corner of the screen, right? If I press the letter J, like move down in VI, it's scrolling down. If I press K, it's scrolling up, right? And then if I click the search box, right, and then press I, I'm now in EXWM insert mode. Now if I press J, it's inserting Ks, or inserting Js and Ks, right? If I leave, go back to normal mode, I can press my normal key binding to kill this window, which is Q space. So what's the deal with that? EXWM has this cool feature called simulation keys. So you can map Emacs bindings to kind of these like virtual key bindings, and they'll be forwarded to the window. So if you're running EXWM, you can kind of like globally control any X11 program, browser or whatever, GIMP or anything else with Emacs key bindings, which is very, very neat. Patterns and Drove says RPA. What does RPA signify? I'm slow on the uptake. Yeah, so I have these simulation keys set to enable and disable based on like the mode I'm in. Like you'll see there's a binding somewhere for like EXWM, like, yeah, robotic process automation. Cool. Oh, does this have a meaning? Is this like something that I should know about? Cool. This seems interesting. What did you please share with the class? This seems like a thing that would be a cool thing to talk about. I don't know too much. Develop the action list by watching the user perform that task in the application's graphical user interface. Oh, send keys, like you said. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So this could be like, are you referring to like things like Selenium? Right. Selenium's a thing, right? It's for like browser automation. In like a more automated sense, right? Like, I think, yeah, this like drives a Chrome instance to test things. I think people mostly use it for scraping, or at least I've seen people mostly use it for scraping. Or for the keyboard-oriented browsers, Nix, and yeah. So I'm definitely familiar with both of those projects. I have not used Nix because again, I have this like this browser here that I keep popping up. We'll go back to the orange site. This is Firefox, right? This is a Firefox window, but I have custom user Chrome to disable all of the stuff, right? And these pop up, like if I split, I can just split, it's EXWM, so it's like an Emacs buffer, right? And if I open another one here, like these just work like Emacs buffers, and I can pop them up and they're in my Emacs buffer list, and I can close them like Emacs buffers. So like I haven't felt much of a need. Like I was using Qt Browser before I built this workflow, but yeah, I don't know. I just moved towards this, and I'm been happy with it. I'm fully supportive of what the Nixt folks are doing, and I'm kind of a fanboy for some of the people on that. I think like I think this fellow is on the Nixt train, and big fan of his work and his blog for sure. But again, just haven't felt the need because like I have the workflow roughly that I feel like I haven't seen any killer feature of Nix that I haven't been able to replicate here. So I am broadly interested though in like, I think the overall, like there's like I don't know, I've read the Nix blog a lot, and like I have a sense that like some of their like longer term vision, if you will, is sort of like oriented towards doing stuff with like building a successor to Emacs, right? Emacs is a great platform, but it has limitations, right? Like it's locked to one thread, like one actual processor thread, basically. There's Emacs threads that are on like a global interpreter lock like Python. And so I can imagine a future, a Emacs, a sequel to Emacs, right? Or like maybe just, it's just Emacs again, right? It's just further development that eases a lot of these limitations, right? And I can imagine a world where, I've thought about this myself. Like if I had to go into business to make software right now and try and like sell it to people, I would be like, I'm going to take the Emacs model of like a self-documenting thing and like a really flexible user interface framework with like common idioms and like that makes it easy to like rebind commands and customize interfaces. And I'm going to generalize that to areas outside of text editing, right? Because right now it's mostly used for text editing, and then for people who are like dorks like me, use it for like stuff that's like relatively text adjacent, like email and like, I don't know, Twitter or whatever. But like, what about Emacs for video editing, right? What about the Emacs like thing? What about the platform that like you build Adobe Premiere on top of, and it just like totally eats Premiere's lunch, right? Like that's a future I want to think about. That's something that's very interesting to me, and I don't know, maybe we'll get there. I think like, because I really do think like the paradigm is like better, right? The paradigm of like not having like these completely bespoke interfaces, but having like common conventions that like interact in very nice ways, I think is like a great thing. I don't know, maybe it's more realistic for programmers and like text editing stuff, because like the main benefit comes from the like the customization, and like if you're a programmer, you're pretty much guaranteed to be able to customize it because like you can program. I don't know if like people doing video editing want to write Lisp, but like I guess the counterexample is like AutoCAD, right? I think AutoCAD had like a Lisp. I mean, the Lisp part is not relevant. Like it's any decent programming language, but like Lisp is good for a variety of reasons. But AutoCAD had AutoLisp for a long time as like an extension language, and like that's not like, I don't know, that's like a fairly like main, I guess, engineering, but not a very programmery domain. So I don't know. I think it could work, but those are thoughts, certainly thoughts. Let's move back over here. Let's see what's, yeah, I think let's keep going on a deep dive. I think this is fun to talk about. If we look at AutoLisp, yeah, AutoLisp is a dialect of the programming language Lisp, built specifically for use with the full version of AutoCAD. I don't know if this is still, yeah, the stable release is from 1995, so I don't know if this is still extant. And this is just all Lisp dialects. What is AutoLisp closest to? I guess it's a scheme. That's kind of cool. I like schemes. I'm a fan of schemes. Schemes and shenanigans. Very, very cool. That's a fun thing. I quite like that. All right. What are we doing here? We're setting our callback. We're doing our shit. So when we create a poll, we can set a callback now, and then we need to make sure when the poll ends. Where's our we unset the thing. So we're going to print this first, and then we'll call the callback. We'll say when big current poll callback, we will phone call big current poll callback on do winner. We give it the winner, and then we're always going to unset it to avoid getting in those weird state situations, right? And in fact, we'll just do this. We'll be fine with the double print. That's okay. This is not what it's called. Do we need to def var that? Oh, this needs to be set to nil. Sure. Okay, jump down. Why is that not like that? Like if we grab this, am I spelling it wrong in one of these places? No, I'm not. What the fuck is that? Oh, this is higher. Yeah, that's what it is. This is That's pretty goofy. This is before the other thing in the file. And that matters in some cases, presumably with diff consts. Sure, we'll fix there. Okay, so now if we do a poll with a callback, let's make it, let's do a poll, create poll. The title of the poll is going to be, which sound? I think we have some sounds like the Dota / Unreal Tournament / Quake sounds that I've downloaded, like the double kill, that kind of thing. So I think if we do double kill.mp3, triple kill.mp3, that's what our poll is, right? And then we say lambda s, and we say onboard play clip s. Will this do the thing for us? That's just imports. If we create this poll, there's a poll now. I'm gonna vote on something. I'm gonna vote for triple kill. I need to put a headphone in so I can actually hear if this works. We're voting. Thank you, whoever voted. Appreciate ya. Appreciate ya. Appreciate ya. Gotta love it. Okay, we're jamming along. We gotta wait. We gotta wait a whole minute for this thing to ride it out, and we'll see what we get. Hopefully, this just works. And we should hopefully hear the effect once, and then not again a minute later when Twitch tries to send the event again. Let's see. Let us see. Let us see. Getting there. We're getting close. Getting real close. Oh boy. Oh boy. Question mark. Question mark. Question mark.
Triple kill.
Hey. Very cool. That's nifty. I heard it at least. I hope you all heard it. That's wow. We've achieved technology. There it is, dude. There it is. I'm satisfied with that, right? We can do anything with this system now, right? Let's make sure the thing is, we actually remembered to unset the thing, right? Yeah, we're good. So we got polls, and we can run whatever code we want in response to polls. That's good fun. Hello again, Flanzen. OIC. OIC indeed. It's I mean, if you're looking to understand some code, this is some code to understand, right? Very, very self-explanatory, right? We got this is basically English, right? If you're looking at this, you're looking at English. What do you even have to worry about? You're in good hands. It's all okay. Okay, yeah, it gives us the thing again. Did it play again? I don't think it did. Right, we're good. The thing was nil, so it shouldn't play again. Very, very nice. I am so excited about that. That is sort of our main goal here. Let's think about other things we have to do. We have a couple. I think we have a couple. We should maybe start making a to-do list, right? Let's leave on this. Let's just make a todo.org. We're not going to use the agenda or anything. We're just going to make a list. What is this? This is investigate capitation of model, right? We noticed before, I don't know if people are, I don't know the continuity of the viewership, but we noticed before that when the spinny thing happens for long enough, I think my head gets detached from my body. I think this is the result of maybe floating point error or like some accumulated bias. I would expect, given that it works most of the time, and then breaks after like 30 minutes or something. I don't even know. I don't know how we're going to test that. We're certainly not going to do it on stream. That's probably going to be a LLLL Colonq stares at the stupid fucking thing for an hour kind of thing, or dramatically speeds up the rotation until it becomes apparent what's going on. But yeah, we need to figure that out. We need to, this is sort of a list of, okay, off-stream tasks, right? Wire up channel point gamba, right? Because right now we have polls, right? Very similar to polls, there are predictions, right? Which sort of have an additional element in that they don't end organically over time. You have to send another message to end them, right? Which actually makes some things easier. Yeah, we want those, but I have to wire things up like on the Twitch API integration side, which again, we're not doing on stream because fuck leaking my user token or whatever. I like having my OAuth secrets held securely. Thank you. What else? What else do we got? Let's make this big. We've thought of some other tasks, I think. I'm trying to rack my brain to functionality for, maybe let's put this into on-screen tasks. On stream, not on screen. Functionality for higher tier rewards. Oh, need to have API VIP. Yeah, we'll just say this. Sure. So we need to be able to give people VIP and take away VIP according to channel point redeems. That's currently another interaction with the Twitch API that we don't have set up currently, but we could set up fairly easily, I think. But yeah, that's a thing to do. Functionality for higher tier rewards we can do here. And then just like projects, right? So normally on this stream, right, we've been taking some lab sessions lately. We've been doing some fun development to make the quality of the stream better. We sort of have our own projects as well, right? We have this Pokemon AI thing that is also integrated with Emacs, and I have some really fucked up ideas for a future project that we might want to get into here, actually. I have been, as sad as this may sound, I've spent my last weekend, I guess, writing most of a C compiler. Which normally would not be, I mean, I don't know. The C grammar is totally fucked, but I would at least be like, oh, I can do that in Haskell pretty easily. But I wrote it in C, right? I wrote the parsers by hand and the lexer by hand, which was like an exercise that I had never embarked on before. So I wanted to see if I could get something decent going. I've always used, like, writing parsers in C. I've always used like lex and bison and flex and yak, some combination of those. I think flex and bison are the newer versions. For flex is a scanner generator, and bison is a parser generator. Have you seen tits? Well, it depends on the context which you've asked that question. I've seen breasts. I've seen the erotic video game Trials in Tainted Space, the sequel to Corruption of Champions. Much worse. But I suspect you mean something else. I don't feel super amenable to Googling that. So if you want to, what are the tits of which you speak, Digby? Tell me your secrets. The secrets of the orb, plural. Twitch oh, is this the thing that throws the things at the streamer? Integrated throwing system. How does this work? Will this work with the way I display my model? It's on itch. It's now fully released. Yeah, so this is I'd probably have to use it without VG Studio, because I, of course, am not using VC Face or whatever. Maybe we can build one of these. Let's build one of these. Let's create tits. That seems good. Create tits. Very good. Excellent. I think that is a grand idea, Digby. I think, I mean, of course, we go back to, like, we have a full 3D OpenGL environment here, right? We are rendering in small form. Like you can see it's all synced up. We have this whole thing is a fork of an game engine that I've written that has physics, thanks to the fabulous where is it? Rapier 3D. Yeah, it seems like it's something you hook into OBS. Yeah, I do. I think it has integration with, like, again, like VC Face to make your model actually react to the impact. I've seen. But yeah, I do use OBS. But yeah, this is a great little Rust physics engine. If you're ever writing a game or something and you need physics, I have had tons of fun with this, and it has worked incredibly well and is very fast. But yeah, where are we going here? Back here. But yeah, I think it'd be fun to make our own version of this, right? It wouldn't be that hard, right? And we can wire it up. We kind of want we're going to be wiring up all of our bits and redeems kind of functionality up in this kind of central place already. So yeah, I think that'd be good. I mean, it wouldn't be too hard to have. Well, I don't have any physics on my model currently, but like I can probably just make my head have collision as like a capsule, or like a sphere, and then just throw other spheres at it and have them bounce off. So one day you're just going to release the Omni Twitch VTuber program. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I'm going to release the renderer for this. It's definitely worse than other renderers, right? But this one is mine, right? That's the constant refrain here, right? We're doing it ourselves. This is a DIY stream here in the LLLL Colonq community. We settle for second best. We won't settle for best. We'll settle for fifth best, but we made it ourselves. I'm gonna release it as soon as I I have like a GitHub for LLLL Colonq, and we'll throw it on there alongside some other stream projects. I gotta get it all together so that it's a little more like usable, maybe not even that. I'm sure it's fine to look at even if it's not usable, but we'll get there in due time. We'll get there, because I think Alto was expressing interest, because it is, I think the thing, probably one of the upsides of the thing is it's very fast. I think compared to certainly faster than Unity. So it might run on some shitty machines. I mean, it runs on this shitty machine, so that is a plus, in fact. Yeah. Okay, so what are we gonna do next? I think I've sort of accomplished my main goals here on this stream, but I'm kind of feeling like we've got to do a little more. I've kind of, I don't know, man. We've gotten to our the polling thing, and playing around with these channel point integrations was the main thing I wanted to do. I'm not out of steam yet, right? I'm feeling spry. I'm feeling crisp. I don't know, brisk, excited, hungry to go after it. So I think let's oh yeah, we're in derp mode now. Whoa. We're derping. Maybe let's make some other toggles. Let's just fuck around. We can fuck around a little bit. And we'll fuck around, we'll Zatsu a little bit as people come by. We'll have a nice little time. That seems okay. All right, let's do it. Where are we going? I think one thing I want to make, maybe, let's make the spin go the other direction sometimes. That seems like a thing. That seems like a worthwhile endeavor. Okay, what are we? Where is the toggle state? We're doing this in of course, this could be done in many better ways, right? Spin could be a number, it's positive or negative, but we're just gonna say spin direction, and it's a fucking Boolean, baby. That's how we do it here. And spin direction starts off false, right? And if it's false, it goes clockwise. If it's true, it goes counterclockwise. That's, again, how we do it. And this is just going to be spin direction. And we're copying and pasting like the best of them because, again, I'm too lazy to make this nicer. We just want to get something working. Let's do that. Let's, okay, kill. Cargo, build, release. Go, go, go. Do the thing. And we will be reversing the polarity. Let's actually, while this compiles, I will go to my fancy schmancy channel points section. And we will add new custom reward. Background color is 6 zeros, as you do. The amount costs. Oh, I'm typing with the wrong keyboard again. Why? Oh, I have to do the magic words to say have a C compiler. It costs 10. Reward name is reverse. Make the spinny go the. Okay. Reverse spinny polarity. Gotcha, gotcha. Let's resummon LLLL Colonq. Everyone pray. Fold your hands in prayer. Is here. It is here. Colonq doesn't really have a. Colonq is letters. Colonq is. I'm a dude, so I guess Colonq is whatever you want Colonq to be. But really, as long as that thing is letters. As long as the thing is like ASCII characters rendered to a virtual terminal. All right, let's go back to Fig before I start waxing on about Colonq. Let's see. We need. Where's zoom wave? We're zoom waving. Spinny, and we need to add reverse spinny polarity. Spinny direction. Very good. Very good. Oh, and Digby, I won't allow you to waste your channel points like that so rudely. We'll chip in. We'll chip in. We'll change the letters to derp. We pull through here on the LLLL Colonq channel. We're always looking out for you. All right, let's do the spinny. We're on a huge pile. Oh geez, yeah. We're gonna raise the prices eventually, though, right? This is a exclusive XXX exclusive LLLL Colonq cheap low price stream. Sorry for the noise. I'm actually pissing. Let's. No, the sink is running. Okay, does that do anything? Oh, reverse spinny polarity just toggles spinny because that's why else would it? What else would it do? Oh yeah, it's because we're just fucking regex searching these things. We need to call this reverse instead because we're gamers. Well, we could fix that more generally, but for now, let's play with it. We need to rebuild again. Where is this? We do. Let's do the thing. It be building. It's really crunching away. All right. Dynamug says, I love that ASCII VTuber avatar. Thank you so much. That's the, I mean, it's something. It's, I don't know. Thought it was a nice way to get a fairly unique art style. We're going to do more with it, right? As you might notice right now, it's mostly just like, just rendering the same text over and over again and then coloring it differently. I would like to do actual ASCII art, using like edge detection. Right, so that at least like the outline is drawn with like slashes and dashes and pipe characters and all that kind of thing, right? That is the intention. But for now, we're gonna have to settle with this poor imitation. But in my defense, like this went from idea to execution in like a month, so a month of weekends. So it's I have to deal with it. Okay, let's try this again. We go to Spinny, and we go to reverse Spinny polarity, which should toggle the thing, and it shouldn't do anything, but like we can send the message, sure. Now let's make the polarity actually do something. We search for where are we spinning. Okay, if the spin does this, we just want to subtract instead of add. So I think we just, well, let's do, gross. If spin direction, else blah 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 blah. There we go. This is something. I think this is fine. Build the thing, run the thing. We're being super sloppy with our Rust code, but again, we'll maybe clean it up off stream. This is already pretty hacky because I ripped all the relevant bits, like for like loading shaders and like all that stuff out of a larger project, and then kind of hacked on the loading for the VRM model and all the skeletal animation stuff. So it's very, very ad hoc, as you might imagine, but that's how these things go. Okay, it spins the other direction. That's okay. It suddenly flips sides, but that's fine, just because it's changing the angle that we're being offset from vertical. Yeah, that's fine though. We can reverse spinning. I like that. I don't mind. I think this is acceptable. What we really need is we need a way to not T-pose, right? Because right now we are constantly, like the model, the only joint that's actually animated is the neck. Right, that like I could move the other joints, but like I have to find out what joints I want to move and like how far they should be moved. And that is a little bit of a pain in the ass. So I think we're going to maybe hold off on that for now. But yeah, if you ever wonder why LLLL Colonq, if I stop the spinny, right? Stop it. Like the shoulders appear to be very wide, right? Like there's like stuff going on all the way over here, right? All the way over here. It's just because they're not shoulders. We're T-posing. We are, in fact, in the default pose of this model. Dante to your shoulders. Yes, actually, yeah, they go for days and days. Dante wishes he had shoulders like LLLL Colonq. LLLL Colonq's has shoulders like boulders. Shoulders built up after a decade of extremely heavy lateral raises. We're built. We're built here at the LLLL Colonq channel. We're built up, thick and tight. That's the LLLL Colonq way. All right, let's maybe get back to some other. That was a fun diversion. What else can we do? I like having fun. I've noticed, okay, I have this pop-up thing here, this menu, this my little custom completing read. And it gets all fucked up sometimes. And I think it gets fucked up when things are printing to a different buffer. I don't know how to solve that issue. It's very strange and irritating. But eventually I will. It's a little odd though. I don't know why it happens. It's I think some things about my setup don't work well. I currently, so my current streaming setup if anyone cares, or if anyone doesn't care, because I'm going to say it anyway, is we have, I'm on this shitty old laptop and have it plugged into a great big monitor. Then my main setup, right? And I have a Linux machine that has a fancy Windows VM with like GPU pass through and all that stuff. So I have two big monitors on my desk. One that usually displays the output of the Linux machine on integrated graphics, and the other one that displays the output of the Windows VM from the graphics card. So I added like an HDMI switch to the Linux monitor. So I can also display, I can switch it to display the second screen for my laptop. And that's the screen that I'm currently streaming from. So I have OBS on the laptop screen. I have all this stuff that you see before you on one monitor, and I have my Windows VM running on the other screen from a totally different computer that's hooked up to like seeing chat and like seeing all the events and all that nonsense. So that's the setup. It's so what you don't see is me like when I need to make a change to like or like check the output of the thing that's pulling the like pulling events from the Twitch API, right? That's totally off screen, right? I can't even see it, right? I have to like go like frantically fiddle with buttons and click through my HDMI switch to get the right screen up so I can edit the thing. But yeah, it's quite a clusterfuck right now. I've been thinking about, I gotta buy a better machine to stream on because the CPU on this thing is pretty shite, and I think those M2 Max we're looking for, man. It's they are seeming mighty appealing because it's not like we're really gaming here anyway. We have to do a little bit of gaming. Can we actually get like, let's see. Can we get a net hack easily? You didn't live across an ocean, I'd let you have my old computer. It's like 7 years old, but it's decent enough for a lot of games. Yeah, I really appreciate the offer, Digme, but like, I mean, like really for sure. I think I have a bunch of computers lying around, right? Just from time, but like, it's just like, I don't want to like set the thing up. Why is this? It just has to fucking search. Why am I flickering so much? Postage would be absurd. Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. Why is this evaluating every? Yeah, we're killing this. This seems like fucking horseshit. We're not walking through every Nix package to evaluate the expression in alphabetical order. That's absurd. But yeah, like my main constraint is like, I don't know, I want to have something that I can do. I stream from my desk, and like it's just so hard to like fit more shit on here without like having 10 switches on the monitors and like it's just a pain in the neck. I have the same setup without the fancy windows, only 2 old Linux laptops. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a nice setup, right? Like the dual machine kind of thing, right? Originally, I was so paranoid that I thought I was going to set up a thing that set up one machine that was only for capture, and then I would stream like the text of my Emacs buffers to that, and then actually stream the video from that to Twitch. So that like it was never actually capturing anything except text from specific Emacs buffers. So I just settled on like setting up a new laptop that I totally wiped and like removed any, like formatted all the drives and like all that stuff. I don't know. I'm somewhat paranoid about like identity stuff. It's all good. But like I want to do wanted to have, I'm not sure what that why is towards Digby. It's hard to, I lose the threads of what I'm saying, and then if someone asks a question, I'm like, well, what is that the question towards? But yeah, such is life. Why so paranoid? Yeah, I don't know, I'm just a paranoid person. I think I always have been. I was in college, I used to carry around, I had like 3 burner phones, and I like swapped the SIM cards constantly. I didn't have a smartphone until like 2 years ago. Like I had people like a shitty flip phone. Made people who wanted to get in touch with me email me, which was a lot of fun. Like I had my parents, I couldn't call my parents for like 2 years. I was like calling them on like a public phone and then like emailing them, and it was interesting. well, I don't know, for no particular reason, right? Like I'm not a crime doer. I guess that's what a crime doer would say. I'm just more of a, I don't know. I think privacy is really important, right? I think anonymity is really important. I think both of those things are kind of under assault from all angles by all kinds of, like, there's not really a, so I understand target priority. I was literally born in a watch list due to my surname, but even I know I'm not really on anyone's radar. Yeah, I feel that, right? And of course, the best thing to do is never be on anyone's radar, right? And there's not much you can really defend against if you are on someone's radar. But like, I think it's, I don't know, more of the, realistically, like most things I'm doing here, it's more of a hobby, right? It's not really for keepsies. It's more of a, well, this is a fun thing to explore. This is a fun little thing to do. And yeah, that's most of it. It's I'm like a guy puttering around with model trains. It's like, you know, have some fun. Not all that serious. But yeah, let's think. What else do we got going on? What's been happening of late in the technology world? Oh, we have doesn't even question the born in the watch. Yeah, I mean, dude, like, I'm not gonna ask, but I sort of assume just everyone's on a watch list, and I assume you have more reason to believe that than the average bear. But yeah, that's how it be sometimes. I'm sorry you are on a watch list. That's unfortunate. That's I wonder. I'm not gonna try and guess your surname because that sounds well, for one, very rude. But I am curious. I'll do some thinking on my own, and I won't share my speculation. Which is the best kind of thinking, right? Everyone, Digby has commented publicly. Everyone can do their own thinking on it and develop their brain a little bit, and then not share with the class, as is the correct thing. All right. Let us think. Let us think. People with my last name have a long history of association with terrorism from a particular part of the world, not Islamic. Oh, well. Oh boy. That's a tricky one. Is your last name Ludd? Are you from a proud family of Luddites and a descendant of Ned Ludd himself, smashing up the automated the automatic weaving factories or whatever the fuck? A true opponent of the Industrial Revolution. That's funny. That's funny, I say to my own comment, right? Haha, me. I made a funny joke. Let's go no deeper. Yeah, sure. Let's drop it. I think that is for the best. I will not speculate. I refuse to speculate. I refuse, in fact. I'm actually going to clear the chat buffer, so I won't speculate. I added that feature earlier today, right? That's what we call a segue in the business, right? To show off that we can erase one buffer. How cool. How cool, indeed. Okay, what other things? Yeah, lots of AI stuff, right? So we got GPT-4 now. That's a thing, right? It can pass all kinds of exams. That's cool. I think it's very cool that you can feed it images and, like, you can feed it pictures of fucking exam pages and get stuff. SVB collapse. Yep. Although they got bailed out, basically, right? I think there's been the FDIC is like, all creditors will be able to retrieve, or all it's not even creditors. It's like all depositors will be able to will be made whole, right? Even beyond I think the FDIC usually insures, like, what is it, like $250K or something, across FDIC accounts, something like that. But I think the disaster has passed. We didn't see a global bank collapse, but still kind of spooky moments. What else? I guess I can talk a little bit about, yeah, they promised to refund everyone, including the Chinese companies. Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about economics, and I guess I don't know what the takeaway is from that, but it seems like, I don't know. I would normally be like, well, if you're risking the money, you should know it's risky. I mean, I guess you are risking the money if you're investing more than the FDIC insured amount. but also like you don't really expect like depositing in a bank to be super risky most of the time. I think it's probably good in general for like people not to lose their bank deposits, right? Like, compared to like stock. Lots of public debt is really the only thing to really take away from it. Yeah, I mean, of course, the question is where does the money come from, right? If people are being made, well, I guess it's just loans, right? Like additional loans to SVB, or I mean, it's not SVB anymore; it's been taken over. But like, I heard an interesting thing that like the reason why they went under was because they couldn't get a loan from the Federal Reserve after 4 p.m. because the Federal Reserve's computer systems only operate until 4 p.m. or something like that, like bank hours, which is very, very interesting. Because I would expect like the normal way, like a kind of thing like this is prevented is by like getting more liquidity by like taking additional loan from the central bank, or something like this. Government takes out loans through issuing bonds. Yeah. Loans from the public. The public. Makes sense. I think I've spent like too many years just like trying not to think about anything like that at all. And maybe to my detriment. Maybe that's probably isn't a valuable thing to think about sometimes. So yeah, that's how it be. What else? What else has been going on? I guess I could talk a little bit. I mean, close to home for me, the C compiler project, right? I have a grand and intoxicating idea. Quote our friend Dagoth, who's been making the rounds of Twitch lately. I have an idea. If you're familiar with Doom, right, the classic video game, if you're up to some video gaming, some television gaming, Doom is one of the greats, right? People sort of make an effort to port Doom to all kinds of fucked up little devices. Because porting Doom is like relatively easy, right? It's pretty standard C. You need libc. You need some way to copy an array of pixels onto the screen. You can skip the sound. You need some way to get user input, right? So it's not so bad to port, right? People have ported Doom to render in Notepad, for example, right, as the text in Notepad, which is one of the things that inspired like this model. And there's also, in a similar category of thing that is like ported often to all kinds of different platforms, there is this Toho music video called Bad Apple. Didn't someone get doomed to run on a pregnancy test? Yes, indeed. Yeah. It's why a pregnancy test is even. I don't recall if it was a pregnancy. Let's Google. We can DuckDuckGo it. So DuckDuckGo, which will not show my current location at the bottom of every page. I realized I'd gotten very lucky I had never scrolled down far enough to have Google show my location. Doom pregnancy test. I'm just going to Google Doom pregnancy, see what I get. Site deviantart.com. Okay, PC Gamer. Hand it to me, gamer. Oh, it's just video being played back. Well, now it is. Oh. This is Foon. I know Foon. On Twitter.com. That's a person who I care for. Very cool. Very cool. Pregnancy test Doom. Is this going to play audio? Don't play audio, please. Okay. I'm sure the thread has some details on what is going on here. Yesterday I had a lot of retweets and Reddit posts and such for playing Doom on a pregnancy test. But as I explained then, it wasn't really playing on a pregnancy test, it was just a video being played back, not an interactive game. But I assume it's not running on the pregnancy test, right? I assume there is a connection somewhere to a beefier machine that runs the code, and this is mostly a display and input kind of thing. But not linked here, so we'll find it. But getting back to it, right? The people also like this Toho music video called Bad Apple. It's like it's a monochrome video with a accompanying song, People port that to all kinds of fucked up shit too. For example, bad apple on Minecraft sheep. Right, this is gonna play like shit because again, stream is at 10 FPS and I have the CPU that my CPU is literally like a couple of rocks. But this thing, skip ahead. This is like with I assume like a Minecraft mod or like server side mod thing that changes the colors based on the area that where the sheep are to render this music video. This is cool as fuck, right? And people do it in all kinds of things, like it's pin art in Blender, Kerbal Space Program, molecular dynamics simulation, right? People port this shit, right? In a similar manner. Yes, Hakurai HD, bad fucking apple. The apple is not good. Lobato 1 spin. It's amazing the stuff people do with it, right? And of course, people have ported Bad Apple to Doom, right? To like play the audio in the Doom engine and render sprites to draw the thing. And I'm sure they ported it to like be made out of Doom monsters and stuff, right? But what about the opposite direction? A direction I think no one has approached as of yet. How would one port Doom to Bad Apple, right? What does that even mean? What is even the what is our conceit there? What are we claiming? Doom on Bad Apple. That Bad Apple is not a display device necessarily, right? It's a static video. It's not a CPU architecture, maybe. Who the fuck knows what does this even mean to port Doom to Bad Apple? How would one even port like Hello World to Bad Apple? Reminds me of the classic memes with UN Owen was her. Yeah, good song with the one the Ronald McDonald one, right? The old that's with the Japanese Ronald McDonald ad. That's a real classic. Love it. But yeah, so what we are going to do once in the future, maybe later this year, I think this is maybe a project for this summer, but I have to do a lot of work in the background to make it even feasible to do on stream without taking a year. As we are going to port the video game Doom to Bad Apple. And I'll let you speculate a little bit of what that means precisely and what will be involved in that. But the C compiler is one step. And another step is designing a little thing. Thank you, Twitch and Lowe's, for the follow. The other step is designing a little thing that we're going to call let's say the Bad Apple abstract machine. And we're going to make a fake little architecture, computer, CPU, ISA, I don't know, VM, if you will, where the instructions in this VM are coordinates within the Bad Apple video. And the semantics of those instructions are based on like what the coordinates are, what the current frame is of the video, which advances by 1 each instruction, and what the pixels are in the area surrounding that coordinate. We're going to build out the definition of that machine, and we are going to write a C compiler targeting that machine, and we are going to port Doom to that machine in the future. I think this summer. That's gonna be a summer. That feels like a summertime kind of project. Bad Apple, very very like who has a very like refreshing summer feeling for me. I think it's about like wearing shorts, going outside, eating popsicles. So that's what we'll do. But we've started laying the seeds. DB Cat says, "Oh man, this reminds me of Dragon Maid Obsessed Loon. I don't know why. I'm not familiar. Well, we've seen a fair number of loons, lunatics, people who are obsessed or driven mad by the moon, the rays of the moon. I'm kind of a lunatic myself, right? I keep the moon phase close at hand, although I don't actually know what the moon phase is right now. We can get the moon phase in Emacs, right? Like if we say lunar phases, is that a thing? Lunar phases? We can. Phases of the moon. So we know what day is it now? It's March, right? March 25th. So the new moon was 4 days ago. So we're kind of as far as possible from lunacy at the moment. But as we move into the next month, right, over the next 2 weeks or so, we're gonna be moving up the lunatic ladder, the legacy of Lunatic Kingdom. This guy who posts going on about his made phone or made card projects, or posting excerpts from his book about how to count using systems. That sounds very based. Love it. Love it, love it. Love when people are obsessed with things, right? That's going to be a common theme of this community. I'm an obsessive kind of person. And I think that's, it's like you got to know how to channel your obsessions into getting the things that you want, right? I'm becoming obsessed with, the grind set. Getting that dough. Not really, but it's like if you can channel the obsession that you would have for anime characters and I don't know, My Little Pony games, you can channel that into an obsession with getting fucking paid. That can be valuable. Obsession with stocks, obsession with scamming people on RuneScape and selling their shit for real money. You can really make a name for yourself. Get out there. Then you're I don't know. I respect that. I respect it either way. I respect it even if you are writing, like, I respect someone who's writing million-word, like, what's the longest fanfic ever written? There's about some like relatively contemporary cartoon, like the Owl House or something, right? Longest fanfic. I respect, like, I'm not joking. Okay, we got Reddit here. We're going on Reddit. We got a Reddit situation. We're on new Reddit. We're not even on old Reddit. This is killing my PC. Okay, the longest fanfiction is 7,296,586 words. It's a Super Smash Bros. Fanfiction called Super Smash Bros. Under Fire: The Great Adventure Saga. It was published on June 14th, 2018, and last updated on August 31st, 2018. The description is: a mysterious dark force had corrupted the minds of all the Figthers, except for one. Can this noble warrior turn the tide and save his friends? My absolute best story and the world record holder of the longest fanfic ever written. Yay. No hate, please. The word fighter is spelled Figthers. Funny little thing here, this person capitalized spelled, so their epic takedown about the spelling this king is not holding up good. Apparently there are 110 chapters consisting of the line Prias Jesus, Prias Gemus, Prias Jesus, Prias Jesus, Prias Jesus, Prias Jesus, repeated over and over for 110 chapters. But I respect that, right? Like really though, like it's cool to do things. It's not cool to make fun of things and like for no reason without doing things. But I think that is no longer the longest, because that was from 5 years ago in 2018. I think there's probably some newer shit. Fun things are fun. Welcome back, Beryl. Good to see you. I was so glad to catch your Ilona stream earlier today. It was pretty sick. I hope you got some rest. Hope you're not running into the ground. I hope you can get some rest this weekend. Catch some Z's, catch some rays of the sun. Chilling, grilling. Yeah, rest just work. I feel you more than I can say publicly. Work is pretty fucked. Pretty fucking awful. I mean, those latter chapters do make me worry about the guy. Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you are writing 110 chapters of fan fiction consisting primarily of variations of the string praise Jesus spelled incorrectly, you'd think, I got no problem with praising Jesus, right? But I think if your devotion was such, you would at least run it through the spell checker. It seems like some of those variations were intentional. I'm sure I don't know, the good book probably says some things about praising Jesus instead of Jesus, right? That's I think that's a no-no. I don't know, man. But who knows? Anyway, I think I'm finally running out of steam. I think let's find somebody to raid. We accomplished all of our goals this stream. We got our we surpassed our wildest dreams, I would even say. We got our channel point shit working, we got the poll functionality working. We got everything we wanted. Poggers indeed. Let's see who is out there. Who the fuck is up? Who do we got? Let's see. Can we raid? I raided Hex last time. Who are we raiding? Who's in the software and game development category that we can look at here? Do you have any gamers out there? Any shooters on patrol? I don't think anybody particularly cool that I know, at least. Similar to that guy of Temple OS, Terry David. Yeah, we'll have to have a whole Temple OS stream here. We're going to do some Temple OS discussion. I mean, discussion beyond the typical stuff. We're going to use it and we're going to install it. We're going to talk about its design. Because Temple OS has a really interesting design where, like there's basically a global hash table of all currently loaded, like a global hash table associating names of all currently associated functions to function pointers, and like just has a really interesting way of like doing like dynamic loading, basically. Very cool stuff. Let's see here. Who do we got? We raid over to unsure. My heart wavers. Maybe let's raid Spooksy. Spooksy is another VTuber who does programming stuff. They are just coming back from a little break. And yeah, I think they'd appreciate a raid. I'm sure they would have fun. So they're a pretty cool person. So let's head over there. Let me see if I can spell the shit correctly. Why can I not? Are they live still? Maybe they're ending their stream, or they just ended? No. They've been live for 4 hours. That's not the best. Oh, is Jams live? Jams virtual? They around? It's always the challenge, finding someone we can actually. Let's raid Jams. Let's do that. Templo has T-Soding has an entire series of the Advent of Code in Holy See Temple. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, that sounds sick. I'm becoming a recent T-Soding watcher. I enjoy a bit of that. Okay, we're gonna raid Jams. Another cool programmer-ish VTuber person who does interesting stuff with their stream and with redeems, etc., etc. Let's head over there. I'm gonna click the button. We're gonna see if we can do it. Will we do it? We're doing it. We're gaming. We're schmooving. We got some schmoovement. Schmoovement identified. Do I have anything else to say? I'm gonna head over there so I can actually hear what he's saying and say hello. Yeah, I think we're ready to go. Thanks so much for coming by, people, and see you next time. Bye bye.